Hey there everyone, and welcome to another lecture of this AutoCAD series. So far we have seen about the different types of tools like circle command, the trim command and all. Now with the help of those tools we are going to create one exercise, and here we are going to choose one exercise from our manual that we have provided to you. So let's just see what exercise that we are going to do. So for that, I'm going to open my manual, and in the previous exercises, we have seen about this level 1 where we have created I sections, F section, and various other sections that I have given to you, and that is almost with the help of a line command. Now we are moving on to our level 2 design, and here we are going to see about the exercise that is related with the command like line, circle, trim and all. So these are all exercises. Let me just zoom out and let me just try to make you more visible. Like you can see that we have these two pairs of figure, and they are the different views of a same object. So here you will find these two objects, similarly these two and so on. I am going to create one of the view, like I'm going to, let's say, create this one because I think this is the most toughest one over here. So I'm going to create this figure, and the rest is going to be created by you. And if you will find out any kind of doubt, you can just ask us on the comment section, sorry, on the uh, doubt section, or you can just directly contact us. It's up to you, whatever you choose. But here we are going to create this one. So basically, let me just provide you some details of my approach over here. So how I'm going to approach this design? Firstly, I'm going to create one center line like this. And this center line is having the length of 80 mm, which is written over here. We are going to take the reference of this sketch as well, because some of the designs or some of the dimensions are not provided over here. So we have to follow this one. So firstly, as I've told you that am going to create one center line, and at the two ends of the center line, we are going to create two circles. Firstly, for this one, we are going to create two concentric circles like this, and then some of the editing features we have to do like here. Here also we have to create one circle like this and another circle like this, and here also we have to just cut out the half portion, and then we have to create this like this magnet like structure, and this completely looks like one magnet, which is U-shaped magnet, and with this simple strip like structure which is having the dimensions of, yes, I think it's 8. So pardon me if some of the diagrams are not clearly visible, because these diagrams are really very old, and uh, we have just produced it in a very clear way which we can able to. So I think almost all the diagrams is quite visible. You can just easily able to view all the dimensions. So now we are moving on to this one. So just firstly just create this center line. So this center line is of 80 mm. So since we haven't learned about center line and uh, dimensions line and all yet, because that are covered in more advanced section of this series, and if you are in a free version of this series, then you just have to go for the paid version for all those things. But here, since we haven't covered out those things, those center line, hidden line and all, so we are going to use this normal line as our center line. So just click on this one, this line command, and then we have to specify the first point. Let's just make it as 0 comma 0, and our diagram will going to be start from here. Next we are going to make this ortho mode on, and we are going to create one 80 mm line like this. So this is our line. Then we have to create two concentric circle over this endpoint, and the dimension of those circles are one is having that diameter of 30 mm, and another one is having the offset value of 10. But if we are going to see that this value will also going to be 10, let me just yes, this value is also going to be 10. So if we are going to add this whole section, which is 10 plus 30, which is the diameter of the smaller circle, and then another 10 of this side, so it comes 50. So now we have calculated the radius of this bigger circle, which will be, sorry, diameter, which will be 50 mm. So this is how you just able to calculate the dimensions. And then now we are moving on to create these two circles. So here, with the help of a center diameter circle, we are going to take this endpoint as our center, and then we have to specify the diameter value, and this time the diameter value will be around let's say 30 for the smaller one. And then we are again going for this circle, and then this time the bigger diameter will be 50 mm. So now we have those two circles. Now we have to create this section over here, which is the magnet like structure. For that also we just have to create two circles, two concentric circles basically. And let me just calculate out the values of those circles. So this is over here is 12 mm. So this is also will going to be 12. So this is 12. It means that the radius value of this circle, which is our arc right now, is 12, and the radius value, sorry, diameter value is 12, and the radius value of this bigger circle is given over here, which is having 16. So let's just draw two circles. One is having a diameter of 12, whereas another one is having the radius of 16. So again, I'm going for the circle center diameter. I'm going to specify one point, and now the diameter will be 12, and then the center radius, and the outer one will have the radius value as 16. Now we have to just cut this section into a two half. Basically I just have to remove the one half. So I'm going to create one line in between like this. This will be a straight line from this endpoint, and with the help of the trim command that we have learned recently, we just click on this trim, just press enter, and just trim out these sections. So now we have this figure, and now we have to create one shape like this and this one. So let me just find out the diameter value of this point. What should be the diameter value? Oh, sorry, what should be the length value? Oh, I'm forgetting about this. So for that, we are again moving on to our sketch, and here we are going to find out the real diameter, real length. Uh, Continuously, I'm telling the diameter because of this whole confusing sections. Just pardon me for that. So you can see that this value is 12. So how I have calculated that? Because here it is given the 12, and since we are taking the reference of this value, so this value will also going to be 12. If you can't able to understand why I have taken this 12, just pause the video and just provide the reference from here, and you will find that if this section like this, from this point to this point, it is written over here 12, and you will find this also as 12. So this will be 12, and its thickness we have to calculate. This is another a very mathematical task. So how we are going to create this thickness, or how we are going to find out this thickness? So for that we just have to subtract 32 from 12. So it will be 20. So now this section and this section combinedly having the dimension as 20. So if I'm going to divide it into a two part, then it will be 10. So one part is of 10 mm and another one is also of 10 mm. So this is again a simple mathematics that is following up over here. So if you haven't understand yet, just pause the video and just try to find out these dimensions by your own, and you can just easily able to grab the concept. So now I am moving on to my AutoCAD, and since we have all the dimensions, so we can now easily able to create these things. Like from this endpoint, just take the line command. We have the length over here is 12, and in a downward we have 10. Then we are just moving on to this one. We have another way of finding out this thickness, which is the thickness or the difference between these circles. So you don't have to exactly find out the difference, because if I'm going to make this one like this, without having 10 I can just able to draw a line like this, and later on with the help of a trim command I can easily able to trim out these sections. So now there we go, we have the two sections ready up over here on the two endpoints. Now we have the simple task, we just have to attach a line from this endpoint to tangent of this circle. So for that, how we are going to do that, we are again going for this line command over here. Just select this endpoint and just switch off this auto, and you will grab the tangent over here. It's just like this. And if you haven't, or if you are cause so or if you are facing any trouble in grabbing this tangent value, you can just easily switch off all the object filters or this ortho filters, and just only activate this tangent to do that. Again, I'm going for the line, I'm going to select this endpoint, and then yes, I am easily able to grab the tangent. If you are going to roam up over here, you can easily able to find out the tangent. Now we have the last section left, and that is this thickness part and this cutting section. So let's just draw this cutting section first. So for that, you will find that this thickness is around 4 so it is symmetrical around this center line. So we are going to create the 2 line over above over here, and just project it like this. Similarly, just I'm going to create this section as well from here to this endpoint. Then I'm moving on to the trim. Just click on this trim and just trim out this section, this one, and you can find that we have easily got this value. So how magical it is to work in AutoCAD, because it really defines your whole concept. It really, you can easily able to imagine how the procedure should be to create this type of objects. So it's really very wonderful to do that. Again, we have 8 of line over here, or strip of 8 like this. So for that, we are again going for this same concept that we have followed over here. Again, we are going to select this one endpoint, and from here just moving on to 4 in above, just through all those figures and just till here. Similarly, from the downward we are also doing the same. Just go for the 4 and just drag it till here. Now the only thing left is to just trim out. So just go for the trim over here, just click on the trim and just press enter. Just trim out this section as well as this section. Similarly, just trim out this as well, and don't try to trim this middle one. This is the only thing that we have done so hard work for. And now the finishing touch, I am going to delete these extra sections, and these sections really help us a lot, and in return we are deleting all those sections. So it's just like using someone and just letting it go. So there we go, we have now the basic shape. So this is how your figure is done in AutoCAD. Similarly, you can able to design all the things over here in the figure that we have given over here. You can able to design all those things, and similarly you can just try another figures over here. So now it's your task to do all those things. Mine is over. I have created one very tough design. Similarly, you just have to create all those 4 figures with all the views, and now it's your task to just create the upper view of that section as well. So with that, I just complete this exercise, and we are later on we are going to see much more types of tools in AutoCAD. So that's all for this one, and I'm going to catch up you in the next one.